Hello and welcome to this week's angling blog. This week you join me out on the banks of the river and we're in search of silvers on the stick float. So the past couple of weeks the country has been bathed in boiling hot sunshine. It's put a bit of a pace to the barbel fishing. A lot of the stretches that I was going to go to have been closed. So I'm looking forward to getting back down on the banks of the River Severn soon. So you lads who enjoy the barbel fishing, there'll be more barbel fishing on the channel soon. Today you do join me on a cool morning on the bank. Feels nice and fresh this morning to be on the bank. We've had a bit of rain in the week. The river's looking perfect and I can't wait to make a start today. I've been super excited all week to get out on the bank, and behind me is a beautiful swim. So as beautiful as this river looks behind me, for those that don't live in the UK, it could change today. There's thunderstorms predicted for today and a bit of rain about, so it's a typical English day, a nice cool start, and you can get anything during the rest of the day. You can see there's one or two fish topping in the swim. I have put a bit of bait in to begin with, and let's make a start and take a look at the swim we're going to target and the baits we're going to use. So you can see we're nice and comfy today. We've got the seat box out, got the side tray we'll take a look at in a minute. And what a beautiful bit of river that is to meet in on a morning. I'm going to go nice and easy to begin with down here, just off the rod tip. Been feeding some maggots about here, hemp here, and then we can run over the top. It is quite a deep swim. We're talking probably at least 10 foot. So yeah, got plenty of water in front of us, and there's been plenty of fish topping in this area. So I'm hoping to get plenty of bites today. Looking at the side tray, I've mixed up some ground bait which we're going to feed into the swim and hopefully attract some bream and skimmers. So I've mixed that up in there. There's hemp and there's some micro pellets as well. I've got plenty of the Hinders hemp. You can see there, beautiful. We've got corn, maggots, and we've got some of them krill micro pellets that we put in the ground bait as well. So a nice simple side tray to start with. So while I've been setting up, I've just been feeding a bit of bait into the swim. Some maggots in front of me. I've not gone too mad with the maggots because they're going to draw the fish up really. I'm going to target them in them lower layers and then put a bit of hemp in. Not too much, because say you don't want to commit too early in case there's a massive snag down there. The old chopper's out looking for somebody at 5 o'clock in the morning is never a good sign. The police helicopter. But yeah, just taking it nice and simple. Just been putting a little bit of bait in like that, so it's just beginning to go through the swim. Setup wise, I've gone with my 17-foot carbon active rod. Again, it's only a small river, but you can target any depth of swim with that. It's shallow. If you want to go over the far side, you're going to get the control. So I always go with the biggest rod I can get away with. And I've got one of the cordon reels there with 4-pound line. Because of the depth of the swim, I've gone with a 1.6 gram cordon fine liner float. Nice stable base. Good shoulder on it for holding back if you want to get them bream, and a nice fine tip for them smaller fish as well. And to begin with, I've just gone with a strung out shotting pattern just to get that nice fall of a bait. So a reverse shotting pattern from 1 number 4 all the way up to 3, 4, and then I just put a bulk on here to get the float to its depth. So yeah, simple setup. Let's make a start. So the first cast of the day, always a special one, especially when you've been putting a little bit of bait in. Feeding some of them maggots, just leaving that float over the top. It's a beautiful pace on the river. It's going through nicely. So we've got plenty of fish topping around us. It's caught on bottom there, which isn't a good start. That's why I've not put too much hemp in. A little bit further out to keep them maggots going in. And there we go. Nice little fish to begin with, and it looks like a roach. So again, just flicking out a little bit. The hemp and the maggot. I'm trying to keep them fish in them lower layers but get some bait going through. You see there, plenty of fish about. And already it feels like we might be in for a busy day's fishing. Definitely a few fish about. Only small to begin with, but at the start it is just about getting bites. There's been better fish topping in the area, so we know they're about. And to begin with, it's just about working that line out and getting bites. I'm just going to begin to feed a bit of corn into the swim. See, it's a slightly better fish straight away. Still on that double maggot, but getting plenty of bites to begin with. You know, putting some ground bait in and stuff like that. But I am being confident. There's plenty of bites, as you can see, so I'm putting a bit of corn in as well. Just trying to track some better quality fish into the area. There we go. It's a better fish, most definitely. As you can see there, we've made a great start to the session. Plenty of bites from them small fish. Been putting that bit of corn in, and we've hooked in something a little bit better. Staying nice and deep. It does feel like a nice fish. It could be a bream. I hope it is, because that is the target species today. And it is. Nice big slab of a bream. First thing in the morning. A bend in that 17-foot rod. And the reel just ticking over nicely. It's exactly what we come for. And there we go. What a beautiful way to start our morning. Nice cool morning on the bank. We come for bream, and we've had one nice and early. The good thing about bream, they had a bit like chub, so hopefully where there's one there'll be more. So we've had plenty of bites so far from them small fish, and we've had that lovely bream. I think it's worth taking the risk that there's one or two about, so I'm just going to start feeding the odd ball of ground bait in, and I'm going to keep on putting that corn in as well. And keep on double maggot because it catches everything. And yeah, what a lovely start to the morning. As the swim's building and we're putting that better quality bait in, like the corn and the ground bait and that pellet, starting to see one of these skimmers turn up now. And that is the beauty of fishing, how the swim can just change. So the weatherman wasn't wrong. The predicted rain has arrived, and you can see it just looks a beautiful scene. The sun's coming down, so that's probably why they've given thunderstorms, because it's quite warm. A beautiful time to be on the bank in the middle of summer. It's cool and we're getting bites. So underneath the brolly's never easy filming, especially with the GoPro. But down the middle, the float's just buried. And today the better quality fish have been perch. There could be some very nice ones in the river if you targeted them. But yeah, just going down that shadow now, getting some bites. And one thing that you always get on the river is them beautiful colours. Defiant as always with its fin up. And we just need mum and dad to turn up, don't we? But regulars to the channel know I'm more than happy catching these all day. It is just great to be by the river, getting bites. Finally, a bit of rain in the river might do it some good. And plenty of these dumpy roach in the swim now coming over that hemp, like you've seen there. And that's the challenge that comes with rivers. You can't always fish them how you want. You know, there's snags that you've got to contend with, and you've got to try and find that line that you can fish. And they're ever changing. And that's why I love the river. You can come one day, and the next day it's completely different. So finding a line down the middle seems to be paying off a little bit. We've had loads of them small roach, and then just started to get one or two skimmers down there now. And hopefully this is the start of one or two moving in. I've had to cast right downstream where the shadow of that tree is to find a clear line. So snaggy it's been. And better quality fish like that have been few and far between today. We've had plenty of bites, but there hasn't been the quality like that in a while. We've had a bit of rain about today, but we desperately need some rain in our rivers. You know, the 7 was as low as I've ever seen it on that barbel video. And you can just see here today, it's very sluggish and slow moving. We've caught a lot of roach today, but my mindset is just keep on putting the bait in and you can try and make something happen. There's a lot of fish in this river and a lot of mouths to feed. Kept putting that bait in, you can see there. We put plenty of bait in today, putting that ground bait in. And it's eventually buried with a proper bream. And that bream's in immaculate condition, and we've worked hard for that today, most definitely. It's always good. When it's difficult, you stick with it, you trust your instincts, keep putting the bait in, because it can be hard when you're not seeing the results of it. But on a river, they can just turn up like that. The very next cast, like I say, the magic of rivers, you can just turn like that. And all of a sudden, there's one or two of these skimmers in the swim. No doubt come to that ground bait and then micro pellets and that hemp. And good to be getting a few of these now on the bank, and it doesn't take too many of them to really bolster your net. We'll have a nice net of roach at the end, but now there'll be one or two of these skimmers in it as well. And when the fish arrive in the swim, it's like a different swim altogether. Still getting the odd roach, but you see here plenty of these skimmers now showing, and great to see. And one thing that you do find with skimmers, you keep net after it absolutely stinks, but to some it's a stink. To us, it's the smell of a successful session the day before. So just hooked into a better fish that's been all over the swim, a bit of a different fight to the bream. It looks like a hybrid, which doesn't shock me with that many different species in here, but yeah, proper dogged fight. And that's defo one for the comment section. What do you think it is? Is it a chub and a roach, a bream hybrid? What do you guys think? With them skimmers showing up, I didn't think it'd be too long until a proper bream joined the party, and the float just slid away slowly. Then you just knew straight away it wasn't a roach. And good to get another bend in this rod. We started this morning quite quickly with a bream. I did think we'd get more of them, but that's fishing, isn't it? This bream just slowly working its way upstream. There we go. What a beautiful bream that is. Definitely a slabber dabber do. The second one of the session, and yeah, great fun on that light rod. It's a pity it's raining, or we could hold it up for camera, but we've worked hard for these fish today. Right, so the session comes to an end there now, and as you can see on screen, we've had a fantastic day's fishing with plenty of bites. So I've said it before on the channel, the sessions that I enjoy the most are the ones that are difficult, the ones where it comes easy and it's a bite of chuck. You don't really learn a lot from, but days like today where it's difficult, you've got to work at it, work the swim out and build that swim up, are the ones that I enjoy. So I really enjoyed that session today, putting together that net of fish. If you've enjoyed the video, please leave it a like and subscribe down below. And all that remains is for me to wish you all tight lines in your own fishing, and I'll catch you all next week. Tight lines.